There it is.
Yeah,
You made it.
yeah,
Okay. So
that
maybe
would, I'm going to resume the recording. Okay,
Okay.
and now I'm going to start the share.
okay.
You can start recording.
Now you're at the right place.
Yeah. Uh, one sentence to just to introduce today's material. We have a scene now in the house where Zave is in the dining room. He's lying there on the couch. His bedding was transported to the dining room, and in his bed there sleeps the young girl, and she feels the smell of his whatever body or perfume, whatever. She feels it, and it does something to her. Okay, so Zaver looks at his bedroom, and he sees two women lying there. One is his wife, who's verältert, and the other one is the young girl. Okay, now one more thing. When I say that this is social criticism, most Yiddish writers who were living in the shtetl criticized the shtetl, but with love. They criticize something they left behind. They want to show life there, what's good, what's bad, but it's not with anger. It's not with animosity, okay? They're doing this perhaps with the hope of improving social life of the Jewish people, okay? So it's not anti-Semitism, it's not anti-Semitic, it's not self-hatred. It's really self-love. Okay, so who wants to get the first aliyah?
Golda.
Okay.
It's the Setzi Shina Lane. As Padinin dem Balabus is given a Sach besser wie die kranke Balabuste. Sind Mahat dem Balabus vertrieben in Esszimmer. Dacht sich ihr, als es auf ihr gar nicht so breig ist. Sie hat die letzte Zeit freudig gewesen. Sie läuft oftmals in ein Schliches von der Kranke und begegnet sich mit ihm im Korridor, beim Garnick oder in Haus. Redet zu ihr keinmal nicht, aber eine vaterliche Gutskeit strömt heraus von seinem matten Guck und von seinem treurigen Schmeichel unter die Gedichte Bonzes. Beide erwachsene Töchter seine Sterre und Hinde und a viele Maschke, der 15-jährige Ben Jochid, halten sie Chanelin in ein herumtreiben.
Gondale, you want to tell now? Marsha needs the translation.
Okay.
Okay.
She would rather serve the boss than the balabusta. I suppose because the balabusta is too demanding, and she feels a non-kind, a closeness to the boss. And he made jokes, and he was nice to her, didn't treat her like a servant, more like a daughter. And she, let me see where I am. And she meets him here and there when she goes from the sick room where the the balabusta is, she meets him either in the yard or in the kitchen or wherever. And when he meets her, he doesn't talk to her, but he gives her a friendly smile and that's about it that I can gather, unless you'd like to say something more.
Well, the two girls and the Moishika, the Ben Yochid, they're always bossing her around.
Yes, absolutely. They are. They're bossing her around and they tell her what to do. And she's running here and there. She's always gemacht.
Mhm.
Yeah, you want to continue a little more?
Der 15-jährige Ben Yochid halten sie Chanelin in einer rumtreiben. Jedes Wort sehe ist befehlerisch. Gib unterlang. Nimm zu und wisch aus. Reb Zava aber redet sie ihr gar anders. Das öfter abputzen, Chanele. Sei es sei gut, sagt Dalton, man soll mir gelangen. So when she talks about his son and the daughters, they're always bossing her around to serve them, to wipe, to do everything. But when the balaboss asks her, he says, please, would you do this? Or can you bring me that? He does it with more Menschlichkeit.
Okay. Thank you, Golda Nechama.
Atzin weist sie, als Reb Zave hat keinmal in Sinne nicht gehabt, abzulachen von ihr. Dämmelt, wenn hat sie gestemmt mit den Chossen, gechappet,
Ja.
mit den Chossen, hat etwas ja gemeint, abzulachen. Dämmelt hat ja etwas verdrossen. Für was groch dämmelt und von wannen weiß sie doch Atzin. Das kann sie sich allein nicht erklären.
Okay, you
So-
want to say just what's
Yeah.
here?
So now she understands that he never really wanted to laugh at her. Then when he would bother her, you remember when he was always joking with her at the table about her chassan, he did want to laugh a little bit, but this bothered her. It bothered her. Why then? And why does she know this now? And this she cannot understand about herself. So she's coming to the point where she looks back and she doesn't understand exactly what was going on, and why does she understand it differently now? I should
Yeah.
go on. Alle in de Früh, bald noch in Obdavenen in de Heim und vorn in mir, kommt Rav Zave rein fragen, was Rocha macht. Every morning after his davening, praying in the house, before he goes to the mill, he comes in to visit Rocha and ask her how she's doing. Zet Chanele ois zu markieren, als sie soll sitzen mit Rücken zum Balabus und mit dem Ponim zu dem Kranke. She always arranges it so that she's sitting with her back to the boss and with her face to Rocha, the sick lady. Reb Zava halt noch oftmal in der sogenannte letzte Werte von Aleinu Lishabeach.
And it's a prayer.
Yeah, he's saying the last few words of his prayer. Und wie noch verendigt, geht afreig stam in der Welt rein. nicht bei Rochen, sein Weib, nicht bei Chadalin, ihr Sitziker, ein kurzen und vieldeutiger Frage auf den nüchternen Herzen. Then, when he comes in, he's saying the last few words of his davening, of his praying, and he comes in quickly, and he gives a quick question, not exactly to Rocha, and not to Hanala, the aide. The short question, Oifin, I don't know what the word nichteren Herzen means.
This is only, it's like on an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach. All he says is no.
Yeah, I find it, just to say, I find it interesting that he doesn't relate to his wife. He doesn't talk to her. No, he doesn't talk to her. He doesn't start a conversation. It's like he's asking this no into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Es ist ein verkehrzlicher Guten Morgen. An ungeduldiger Nachfragen sich, wie die Nacht ist durchgegangen. It is like a combination of a short good morning and also an impatient question of how was your night? So with this one word, he says, no, that's all he says. How was your night? But it's all done in a very impatient way.
Okay, you want to finish the page?
Ja. Anstatt zu entfern, geht die Kranke erkehrt zum Mann ihr eingefallene Ponym und ihre großen Augen gucken ihm an mit einem ausgeloschenen Schmeichel. Instead of answering, the sick person gives her, she turns her to her husband with her sort of not alive face, and with her big eyes, and looks at him with a like a broken smile or a not real smile, an oiskaloshina, a turned off smile.
Yeah.
A broch.
Yeah.
Za, schon gegessen. Oberweisen, you already ate? You had your little bite there, Java?
Okay. Thank you. Nechama. Sie sitzt, sorry, sie zieht die Wörter mehr wie sie wohl gekannt. Upon ihm כדי zu derweisen ihm, wie schwach sie ist noch, כדי damit Gufa zu verentfernen sich, wo sie allein kann noch nicht Achtung geben auf sein Essen und Trinken, auf sein Gelege. She draws the words to show him how weak she still is, how I don't see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
How she cannot really take care yet of his needs of eating and drinking, and also Geleger is like bed or office bed. She cannot yet fulfill her wifely functions.
Can I ask you what it means? K'day der mit Gufa zu.
Okay, Gufa. Okay, Gufa is Aramaic.
Uh-huh.
K'day der mit to actually. It's from the word Guf.
Yeah.
In order to actually answer, okay, that's Gufa. You talk about the Indian Gufa, the matter actually, okay, that's what Gufa is. Ich will bald zubeißen, geht Zave Azor und guckt weg von der Kranke irgendwo an der Seite. fühlt sich schuldig, was ist so gesund und dick. Und was sein Roche ist so krank und abgemattert. He says, oh, I'll soon eat. And then he feels guilty that he is so healthy and fat. And she is so sick and exhausted. Sister, a groß Rachmones affair. It's a, you know, it's a Rachmones, it's a pity looking at her. Aber in derselben Zeit, wenn fühlt sich so schuldig, kann in sich nicht ersticken eine gewisse Prickrigkeit. Roches halb gewäschete, halb versindigte Wörter reizen ihm. The words that she's saying, they all bother him. Without getting into every word, der gemischte Reich von Carbol und Iodoform machen ihm gleich Kalje dem Appetit. The smells that come from her medications, they spoil his appetite. Gegen sein eigenen Willen geht auf mit seinen bistren Augen unter die ungechmurte Bremen, Punkt wie wollte untergezeichnet, a kurzen Cheshbon. Macht einen Vergleich zwischen der Sitzerke und zwischen sein meuredige verälterte Weib. That's what's here. He is now making a comparison between his aging wife and the sitter. And he's making a calculation. What's better, the wife or the girl?
That's the kurzen cheshbon that he's making.
Yeah, that's the kurzen cheshbon is the comparison. Okay. Sind mir hat sie zurückgebracht von Molly, hat sich Roche im Ganzen verändert. Since they brought her from the hospital, from the place, she completely changed. Eckig seinen geworden ihre Backenbeine. This is terrible. Eckig, you know, the word ekel is like disgusting. Eckig, disgusting. The bones of her cheeks became nauseating.
Ekel comes from ekel?
Yeah. This is the adjective. Yeah. She's ekeldig. It's like nauseating. So it's the same as ekeldig. This is ekig. Ekig seinen gewohnt ihre Backenbeine und die Nose is ausgewachsen. The nose grew. Ihr Brust ist im Ganzen eingefahren. Her chest is completely fallen. Und der dunkle Puch, was hat ihr kaum verdeckt, die oberste Lippe, was hat ihr allemal zugegeben, ein besonderer Chen, ist ein 10 Beule dunkel geworden und bestätigt das, was Dr. Kroll hat ihm besorgt, gegeben zu verstehen. Als Itzter, noch der Operatie, ist Roche, heißt das I-Vibe, nicht kein Vibe. All it is, he looks at her, he sees the changes in her, and he sees that indeed she has aged a lot, and that the doctor was right by telling him that after the operation, she will be a wife and she won't be a wife. So she won't be a real wife. I don't know. They are only in their 50s and they describe this woman like she is 125 or so. I don't know. But anyway, she has aged a lot. She's sickly. She's exhausted. She's skinny, and he is healthy and heavy. Ah, this is what he thinks, Zave. Sie allein muss das euch fühlen. She herself must also feel it, worin in ihre Mate Augen steht, etwas a vergliederte Unglücklichkeit von einem Menschen, was jeder natürlicher Bagger ist in ihm abgestorben. She must feel it also, like a person in whom all life has been dying. She must feel that she is dying. She is losing her life, really. Die Plätze seien bei ihr keilig geworden.
No,
und die Ohren
offen Grund. What does that mean? An offen Grund.
Offen Grund.
Offen Grund.
Not the Halbtätigkeit und bei
Offen Grund. Well, I don't know.
The sentence.
After the three dots.
Okay, I don't find it. I don't see it.
Abgestorben.
On offen Grund. What does it?
Okay, offen Grund von oder Halbtätigkeit. Offen Grund is regarding to. Offen Grund von oder Halbtätigkeit in reference to.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is. Grund is like it's the subject of.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding the subject of have this, that's what it is. Und aufgrund von der Alptätigkeit und Betriebtheit sitzt Hanele die Säume. It's interesting that now he brings Hanele, but now he reminds us that she is the orphan. There's something that she is suffering too, Hanele. A paar heute Gräserlach schlagen sich heraus von ihr weißen Kopftüchern und brennen auf ihr weißen Nacken wie lebendige Flämmlach, nicht guckendig auf ihr Niederschlafen und auf ihr Nicht-Essen in der Zeit, hat ihr die jüdische Käst fort a Pule getan. There's a description of how youthful and lively she looks with her hair, and also that even though she hasn't been sleeping enough, and hasn't been eating at the right time, still the good nutrition that she's getting here in the house she's at is doing well, is doing well for her because she looks good and she got filled up. Like she is heavier now.
Die Plätze seien bei ihr.
Die Plätze, ja. Die Plätze seien bei ihr keilig geworden und die uns fester und weißer. Die bläu-graue Augen seien mehr nicht so beule. That means that she is heavier. The eyes, the eyes that are blue-gray, they don't stand out so much. They don't stand out so much. They're not as like boiled. Why? Because her face got filled up. She's heavier.
Yeah.
Sie haben sich ausgegleicht mit dicker gewordenem länglichen Gesicht. Her face got heavier, so the eyes don't stick out so much like before. So she's having a good life there. She's eating well, yeah. in ihr krummlichen Guck, was Save habt über, wenn nicht wenn, lehnt a stumme Fragele. She kind of looks at him, but she takes a look at him, krummlichen look, she not directly. Okay, krumm is not straight, not indirect. When she looks at him indirectly, kind of, but Zave picks it up here and there. So in that kind of look at him, there is a question. A question, like a quiet question, a question that is not being uttered out. Es blitzt nur ein Regale auf und verschwindet. That question just comes out. He feels that question that's in her. And that question disappears within a minute and it flies away. And this is what the question that he hears from her indirect look at him. No, favos balebos, reizt ihr sich nicht mehr mit ihr? Why do you, boss, don't you joke around with me anymore? So, entweder auf dem der Milner ob mit einem go kürzeren, noch krummeren Guck. So he again is answering silently. Okay? It is not, he just looks at her with a more indirect look. Indirect and short. Like this is like there's silent communication there between them. A Kind, was du bist, du sehst doch, wo ich halt, wie mir liegt ist der im Kopf. Später öfter. The child that you are, you see what I'm having, what I have to deal with. That's not on my mind now, you know, to joke with you. Perhaps later I will. That's what he tells her silently. So Golda, it's your turn again.
Yankov is here.
Oh my.
Yankiv.
Wonderful.
Shalom Aleichem, Yankiv.
Shalom Aleichem, Yankiv. Willst du eine Lied?
Das ist der Abdruck.
Is mute.
Ah.
Is verstummt.
Okay.
No, verstummt, Gott.
Nein.
Jetzt könnt ihr mir hören.
Ja.
Sehr gut.
Yeah. Yankiv, you want an Aliyah?
Ja, dank.
Me heard him.
Yeah,
Me
he
heard that
said
me.
yes. He said yes.
Yeah, okay, so Perek Bet, page 25.
Ich habe ein bisschen verblonget mit der Zeit.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Also ihr fangt an,
Insa Zege.
zu sagen, bei uns ist, ich habe gemeint, als 8er Säge bei Nacht, aber es ist 7er Säge bei Nacht.
Aha, okay.
Okay.
In Afrika und Israel ist dieselbe Zeit?
Ja. Jetzt ja.
Ich habe nicht gewusst.
Ja.
Interessant, ja, okay.
Wenn Sie gehen rüber auf Sommerzeit, ist es anders, aber jetzt ist dieselbe Zeit.
Okay.
Einmal, bis dem Davenen in der Früh, hat Save, der spürt eine scharfe Bitterkeit von Räuch. Ist aber gerade gestanden, Shmoine Esra. Zu der Wand, gestanden, Shmoine Esra zu der Wand. Und die Zunge ist ihm gebunden. Hat nur zugelegt, ein Breg Talis zu der Nose und genommen geben Zeichens auf Stummloschen. Nu, oh, ach.
You want to tell us what's here?
Okay.
Okay.
Also ist gestanden davenen in der Früh in der Heim, ist nicht gegangen in Schule. Und hat gespürt, der Reich,
Okay. Yeah, he's not in the shul. He's davening at home.
Yes, ich habe
Er hat gesagt.
Okay, I didn't hear. I'm
I
sorry. There's a lot of noise here outside. Yeah.
He's davening he didn't go to shul, he was davening at home.
Yeah,
And
right.
He smelt smoke, but he was had started Shmona Esra, and during Shmona Esra you may not interrupt your davening with by talking.
Yeah.
And so he tried to get somebody's attention using Stummloschen, which is just making sounds, new,
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
Keiner hat ihm nicht geantwortet. In Kich ist gestanden ein Geruder. Ausgestanden, Shmona Esra, hat sich gleich zerschrien. Was ist das dort bei euch für ein Räuch was? So no one answered him, but he could hear that there was a tumult in the kitchen.
Yeah.
When he finished the Shmona Esra, he shouted out to them, "What's going on there with the smoke?"
Okay, go on.
Ist man von Kich reingelaufen, sagen ihm, als keiner ist da nicht schuldig. In Oven hat sich geöffnet ein Spalt, ein größer Spalt.
Uh-huh.
Ein anderes Mal wollte sich Saven in solche Kochstubsachen nicht gemischt. Nur sind Roche ist krank, ist ständig gereizt. Und jede Kleinigkeit ruft bei ihm herum Chaos. Kopfweitig.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as they heard that he'd finished davening, they came running into the room, and they told him no one it was no one's fault. In the side of the oven, a crack opened up, and the smoke was coming out. At other times, in other words, when his wife was around, he wouldn't have become involved in the matters of the kitchen. But
Right.
now, since Rocha was sick, he's always gereizt. Provoked.
Yeah, okay.
And every little thing gives him a headache.
Go on.
To, soll man, schreit nehmen ein bisschen nasser Leim und verkleppen. Der Kopf spalt sich mir. So he said, so take some lime and block up the hole. What are you waiting for? My head is, I've got a headache. The
Yeah.
Alter
You want to read more?
yeah, I'm
Oh, go ahead.
happy.
Yeah, yeah. We are only a few, so we each read a lot.
Ja, okay. Die alte Köchin hat gleich gehabt, Kleppen dem eingeheizten Ofen mit Leim. Dennoch ist ihr Chanele gekommen zu Hilfe. Gegeben an Eizer herumlegen dem räucherdicken Spalt mit nassen Schmatzes, Gicher, aber der Ballerboss soll sich nicht bessern. Dennoch hat man herausgenommen alle verjavete Juschkes.
Was
Zashete.
Joschkes.
Versacherte Juschkes von Käumen. Alle Mittel haben aber nicht geholfen. Der bittere Räuch hat sich noch stärker gerissen von halb verlapperten Spalt und voll gemacht die Stube. Okay.
Okay.
So the cook, the old cook, began to try and patch up the hole in the oven, and Chanela came to help her so that the balabos shouldn't be angry, and she brought wet schmatters, wet rags.
Right.
Yushkas.
I don't know what this is.
It's a flue.
Yes, yes.
A what?
It's the yushkas are the when the wood or the coal, they have to clean all of that out. Because
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay,
that
thank you.
creates the smoke, and if you clean all of that out, you brush it all out, it's clean, but it didn't help.
The yushkas are in the
thank
chimney.
you.
The koimen is the chimney. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
they're cleaning out.
Everything that falls down, all of the ashes and everything.
That's the
okay.
yushkas. It's like the
Okay.
kishkas, the yushkas.
Yeah.
Okay, Yankem, you want to continue? Okay. Thank you, Goldala.
Yeah, so they tried everything, but nothing helped, and this heavy smoke was filling up the house.
Thank you, Yankem. Goldale.
Hat sich Chanele die Sitzerke angenommen mit Mut und zugetragen zum Ballerboss. Deb Zave hat Schein gehalten in Verwickeln die Tfillen und unzufrieden gewollt. So Chanele went to the Sitzerke. It's interesting that her title changed. Now she's the sitter of Rocha. She went with energy and brought the balabas, but he was putting his talus away and talus and tefillin, and he was gevorchet. He was still annoyed, and he was not satisfied. Heute macht sie der Balabas Phil, that sie Chanela a lifetime zu dem Moment und sagen, Leibetschke, wird kommen und verrichten. If she says that if he wants, she'll run over and get Leibishke to her aunt, because Leibishke, he'll come and he'll correct what's wrong.
Right.
Welche Leibesche stellt euch ihr Save an seine junge, schwer verbremte Augen? Which Leibesche? He asks him. He asks her with his and his eyes were they were not happy eyes. Mein
Okay.
Mumme's son, las Chanala adop die Augen. Alleine, ich hab gemeint, als ihr weißt, my aunt's son, Chanala said. He works with lime. I thought that you knew that. Ah, gibt's aber kurz a Fünfe mit der Nase, der dein Chosen efsche? Oh, so Zaver gives a Fünfe, a sound with his nose. Oh, your bridegroom maybe? Der Chosen kommt bei ihm raus, ablacherisch, bei Tanz.
But
Chanele, guckt von der Seite, sie treibt da nicht mit ihr. Der Balabas, einer von seiner früherdicke Karte Wessler. So Chanele grabs a look from the side. First, the chassan, her bridegroom comes, and he comes laughing, and he's almost dancing. He's happy to come, probably to see her. And Chanala, she grabs a look from the side, and she is he driving? Sie treibt da nicht mit dir. He's looking to see if he's driving with or without her, the Zava. Einer von seiner früherdicke Karte Wessler. And he's looking to see if they're driving together. Der Zetzi, as das mal, chuzik nicht. He's not coughing or blowing his nose. Seine
Choisek,
Oh,
sorry, Choisek, he's not joking. Choisek,
okay. Seine Wanze schmeicheln it. His whiskers and his, what do you call it? His mustache are not smiling. His eyes are no longer sharp or cold.
No, they
No,
are.
his eyes
are
are sharp and cold. Ach, that's die kein reis, die versendete. Was die Mama hat dort angerät. Ah, she says as if she did something wrong.
yeah.
What her aunt, what she said, you know, angerät. Is Zeit Sava a bissel Weche, is sagst du, als hat grad Zeit sein, wie heißt der dort? Suddenly, he's not as busy as he was. And Sava said in a softer sound that he has some time. And what is his name there?
Yeah.
It's still on Arbeit. Now he sits without work. The Mama hat mir gesagt, the aunt told me, it's aber mechleimesht, sehr gleichgültig, mit die Places. he sits without work. Wait, just one moment.
Okay, go on.
Ach, Reti, seine, I lost my place. Excuse me for one moment. Ach, Reti, I read that. Zieht Sava a bissel Wege und sagt zu, als hat grad Zeit sein. Wie heißt dort? He acts like he never met him or saw him before. And he has time to spend there. As it's unarbeitet, he's sitting without work. Die Mama hat mir gesagt, the aunt told me, Git Sava Mechleimer sehr gleichgültig. I hate mit places. Nu uit de wils. I don't understand that sentence.
He's saying, he gives it like a shrug with the shoulders, and he says, do what you want to do. You want to bring this young guy over here? Bring him over here.
Nu uit de
Yeah,
wils.
well, Zava now is in a very bad mood.
Yeah.
There's this
I'm
accident,
miserable.
yeah, you know, there's smoke in the house, and now on top of that,
She's
she
gonna
wants to
his
bring
bride.
her
bride
groom here, the guy that she's supposed to marry, and this is not particularly to Zava's liking. He
Right.
doesn't want to see her groom. He doesn't want to know that she has a groom. So
No mit amal wird wieder in Kass. And once again he gets angry. No life nach ihm. Verstehst du, life? Well, run for him. What are you standing there? Run. Und dreht sich zu Chanala mit dem Rücken. And he turns to Chanala with his back. Turns
Yeah.
around.
you want to continue reading, Goldele?
Yeah, if you want me to.
Yeah,
To,
everybody should read a lot, yeah.
zu warmes, wenn Reb Zava kommt zurück heim, der sieht beim Ganek a größer Multer mit frisch verknottene Leim und seine Augen vernehmen a Gesangechts. When so Zava did leave, and when he returned home, he sees near the attic a big amount of fresh made lime, like dough that you made for a challah. That's the kind of how they made the lime to fix the problem. And he also hears singing.
Yeah.
An unbekannt Call von a jungen Mannsbild singt bei ihm in Stub. A voice from an unknown voice from a young man is singing in his house. Hebt sich Reb Zava Pavolinke auf ein Treppel und hoch. So Zava steps very quietly, carefully, at one step, and he listens. Ja, in Kochstub, patcht Emitze und feuchten Leib rein. Wie in Teig und singt noch Hoffeldick. Yes, someone's in the kitchen, and he's clapping, he's clapping someone, and the wet lime, like in a teig, like in a challah, and
Yeah.
and he's also singing. Es wird besungen etwas einer Ayol. He says someone's singing a fool. Was ist gekommen zu Gast zu sein reiche Schwester in der großen Stadt und hält sich in Wundern. He compares the fool to someone that came as a guest to his rich sister in the big city. Und hält sich in Wundern, and he keeps wondering. Als es bei ihm Chikavos, everything is a joke. Atatzin, lemashal, hat grade sein Schwerden, geht ihm aus das Chayes, Verneigerigkeit. And
Thank you, Goldele. Nechama.
Wait. I hear, there's something here. So he's,
everything is a joke to him. And
no, it's
now,
like interesting, curious.
Yes.
But what is
and
it?
suddenly, for example, he suddenly saw Schwerden, swords.
Swords, okay.
Schwester. And suddenly his chayes for Verneigerigkeit, he wants to know what's going on.
So is gave him ois does chayes. I don't what. Wait. I just want to understand the meaning of it.
This is what he's singing.
Says to the sister,
Okay.
gave him ois does chayes. It goes out of him the chayes.
Okay. That means he's dying of
Curiosity.
Curiosity.
The
Okay.
highest.
Goes out of him the life out of curiosity.
הולך לו בחיים מסקרנות.
Yeah, okay, הבנתי. Schwester.
He's dying out of curiosity. That's
okay,
what
Schwester Harze, Schwester Leben, du sollst mir unvergeben. Was zeigen dir die Schwerden? So he says, sister, my heart, sister, life.
Darling.
Give me an answer.
Okay.
What do the swords, what are you going to do with the swords? Und die Schwester, die Gewehre in großer Chachma verämpft ihm gleich auf eine Art. And the sister, the Gewehre, the rich sister, with great Chachma, with great wisdom, answers immediately, right on the spot.
Thank you, Goldele. Nechama.
Bruder, mach nicht kein Geruder. brother, don't make any, don't make a big tumult. Große Messers, Klops zu hacken und man reibt euch beide Backen. Sie seien nicht kein Schwerden. Brother, don't make a tumult. These are not swords. These are knives.
Big
Klops,
knives.
Big knives, klops. Now, does that mean like meatballs to hack, meatballs to cut? Klops? A klop is a meatball?
Yeah, it's like...
Well, they're banging the knives.
They're banging the knives. The big knives, klops to hacken, these meatballs to hack. And we riped oif beidel bakken, and we're ripping off both cheeks. And these are not swords. These are not.
This is how you prepare the meat. Yeah, with the knives.
Chocolate.
These are not swords.
These are not swords.
Yeah.
The brother thought it was a sword.
Yeah, okay, go on.
Hat angemurrt die Bremen. Das Sinnigkeit ist ihm a whole nicht gefallen geworden. The milliner, that is to say, Rav Java, has he brought together his eyebrows. He's furrowed his brow.
Yeah.
This singing is not at all to his taste. Das muss sein Leibesche, hat zufrieden Tracht getun und hat gemacht noch etliche stille Tritt, bis ist stehen geblieben bei der halb offene Tür von Kirch. Und da hat der Sein Zähne. So he's not at all satisfied with this, what's going on here. And he makes these soft steps until he arrives to the half-open door of the Kirch. And there he sees this scene. Der ausgeloschene Oven ist aufgebrochen. Der Mittel kocht sich Oven Pripetschik. Die offene Loch ist schon halb verlattet mit neuen Ziegel und mit frischem Leim und seht euch wie eine große Wund, was hat sich angehäuben zu verhellen. So what he sees is that the oven, this oven, is now broken. The midday meal is being cooked on the pripetchuk, oifen pripetchuk, on the hearth. The open hole is half farlatit. It's half, how do you say, covered or patched. That's it. With
right.
with the fresh lime, and it looks like a big wound which is beginning to heal.
Yeah.
Über Ort der dosige Wund steht a brudiger, junger Mann in a langen Fartuch von Sack und Leopard mit nassen Leim. Over the wound stands a dirty young man in a long apron from sack on Leopis mit, and he, what is Leopis, is like works with?
Leopis is, he's taking the lime with his hands and putting
with his hands, like lopjes. He's
Right.
taking with his hands with the lime. A
Right.
Leopis und Zung mit Spätzlen leimerischen Tempt. And he's working with he does a little bit of a lapa, he does a little bit of a repair, and he's singing.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to say something about Zingerts from what
Yes.
from what I learned in reading literature that was written by Lithuanian writers. That ending of the word, like here, the Zingerts, is like a little bit of a put down of the word. He doesn't say sein Zingerei. He's singing, right? That would be singing sein Zinger. The Zingerts is like it's a put down of the singing.
yeah, very nice.
It's as if it's some stupid singing.
in his mind.
Because that ending
because
with
of his jealousy. That's why. Because
Yeah,
of his jealousy.
right.
Absolutely. That his competition is right here. Yeah.
Yeah, he sees this
Okay, go
young,
on.
healthy thing here. Yeah. Abziehen, geduscht sich schon sein besungener Jolid, über a Kasten. Now, this young, he's singing about this young fool, about a box. Schwester Harze, Schwester Leben, du sollst mir ein Entfer geben. Was teug dich a sei Kasten, my dear, dear, wonderful sister, you must give me an answer. What is the value of, what is the meaning Pesach time. What is the meaning of this box?
Yeah.
Und die kluge Schwester entfällt, Bruder, mach nicht kein Geruder. Brother, don't make a big tumult. Es ist doch nicht kein Kasten. Es ist ein Pian, Musik zu spielen. Und man tanzt auf alle Dillen. Es ist doch nicht kein Kasten. She's saying to her countryish brother that her bumpkin brother, this is not a box, this is a piano to make music, and we're going to dance on the floor. This is not a box.
Yeah. Okay, go on. You want to?
I can read a little bit more, and then is noch the Sprache. Bei der Dienstin, die alte Kirchen und Chanelin, die Sitzeker, stehen dabei, geben Achtung, auf in Pripetschuk und horchen sich zu der Leimeris Gesangkets. Again, the same. The two
is Gesangkets. Yeah.
Gesangkets. The two servants, the old cook and Chanela, the aide, are standing nearby, and they're giving attention to the hearth, and also they're listening to the limers, the limers singing. Die Augen seinen sie beiden verlaufen mit Gelächter. Their eyes are filled with laughter. Sie haben kentig Hanoia. They're having wonderful pleasure. Hanoi inmitten hellen Tov. This is going on in Zava's brain.
Right.
Such pleasure in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
In a Zoy, oldening, a Zoy, such, remember, this is a man of order, of habit. Such disorder in a Zoy Brudigkeit. In Azai, what is Brudigkeit?
In dirt.
In dirt. Oh, that's right, because the young man was dirty, right? Name. Azai zachot atzin zavin pashut nit gekent from trocken.
Poshet, this is not Hebrew.
Such a thing.
I know, I do this too.
Such a thing Java cannot tolerate. Das Blut hat ihm ersetzt getan im Kopf, wie es verspielt bei ihm die letzte Zeit, bei jeder Kleinigkeit. Hat breit ein Effen getunde Tier von Kirch und alle mit drei durchgenommen mit seinen bistere Augen. So now he's so upset. He gets a clap, a zetz in his head. He gets a feeling of sharpness in his head, and he opens the door. He stand effen the Tür, and all of them look at him with bistra Eugen. With his bistra. What is that, like bitter eyes? He's standing there with bitter eyes?
I'll say angry.
Angry eyes, with his angry eyes.
Yeah. Thank you, Nechama.
What a scene.
Let's stop
what a
here.
scene. What a scene.
What is scene? The scenes get better and better.
He's such a writer, this Zalman Schnorr.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everything
unbelievable.
joyful.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Let's stop here.
Okay,
I'm going to mark in my copy.
Did you read this last paragraph?
I think the last sentence should be read.
Right.
Okay,
and
I'll
then,
read it.
Go
then
on
we'll
to-
start at 28.
No, but it ends in the middle of a word.
Oh,
yes, so- And
And
then continue down page 28 until the is.
okay.
Okay.
Die beiden
Yeah,
Weibel seien verzittet geworden von der Plötzlichkeit. Oi, haben sie kiemat beide gleich ausgeschrien und trot gegeben auf zurück. So they are so upset when they see the angry boss and they step back. Verstäubt mit Mehl und angemurrt wie Save hat sich plötzlich anpleckt, hat sie ausgesehen a Sach älter und beiser wie ist. And when they see him covered, verstäubt with the from the mill with the what would you call that? With
The flour.
With the flour.
Yeah.
And they see that he suddenly appeared like this. He appears older and angrier than he is. So they have quite a bad surprise.
Now, next week is Pesach. Are we gonna come next Wednesday? I'm game.
Okay.
I'm game.
I'm okay.
But no chametz. We won't eat any.
Yeah, only kosher for Pesach.
Only,
Shalakas.
Only kosher dishes.
I got my shmura
Maybe,
yesterday.
Marsha, you want to stop the recording?
That's what